and it is great to see you this morning.
You too, Maria. Good to be with you.
Your reflection on Ruth Bader Ginsberg's passing and where we are today.
Well, I think the president said it best. This was an amazing individual who led an amazing life. You know, you think about tops in her class at law school, first woman to make law review, then professor, and of course then nominated and confirmed to the highest court in the land. It's truly an American story where you have someone who had these lofty goals, worked hard, made them all happen, accomplished things of meaning and significance and lasting value, and of course raised a family while all that's going on. So just an amazing individual. I think, as I said, I think the president summed it up with those words last night.
Well, you know that the president's critics and skeptics are insane over the president potentially naming another Supreme Court justice. I want to be respectful here, but also take note of the fact that it is 44 days away from a presidential election. And Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and the president have tweeted. The president said that it is an obligation for him to name a replacement and to have a vote. Mitch McConnell saying the same thing. And Schumer said the American people should have a voice in the selection of their next Supreme Court justice. Therefore, this vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president. Your reaction to what we've heard?
No, they're criticizing the president for following the law, for following the Constitution. The president's job is to nominate someone for the Supreme Court. It's then the Senate's job to advise and consent and go through the process. Now, what's happened historically, he's not only following the law, Maria, he's following the historic norm. 9 out of 10 times when the party in the White House is the same party that's controlling the Senate, 9 out of 10 times during an election year, you put someone forward, they get confirmed. But only once out of 8 times has someone, when there's a difference in who has the White House and who has control of the Senate, only 1 in 8 times when someone's been brought forward in an election year. So this is following the law, following the Constitution, and frankly, following the historic norms of our country. So I hope we move forward. And I hope we put someone in there who is going to respect the Constitution, follow the Constitution, understand the First Amendment and Second Amendment are critically important. That's the kind of justice we need.
2 names have emerged from the list of Supreme Court contenders that President Trump is said to be considering following the death of Ruth Bader Ginsberg. The judges Amy Coney Barrett in Chicago and Barbara Lagoa in Atlanta said to be the top of the list. Your thoughts on a replacement and on a vote? Well, what's the timing on this? Will this vote take place next week in the Senate?
Well, that was next week, but that's up to the Senate. That's up to Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, and the Senate. I hope it happens as quickly as possible. I think those 2 individuals would be great, but what's most important to me is someone who's going to follow the Constitution. Understand where we're at right now. I mean, think about what we've seen the last 6 months. Democrat governors, Democrat mayors have said you can't go to church, you can't go to work, you can't go to school, but you can protest, riot, and loot. So there's been all kinds of limits on your fundamental liberties, your fundamental rights. We need someone on the court who will respect those liberties, who understands how important the Bill of Rights and the Constitution really are. That, to me, is what's most important. So I think that's what we should focus on. Those 2 individuals fit that. I think they would be great selections and great additions to the court. I hope we put people on the court in the Scalia, Alito, Thomas, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh mold, and frankly, not in the John Roberts mold. I hope that's what happens. But we should move forward with this. I think it should happen as quickly as possible.
Well, this morning, Nancy Pelosi said she's ready to impeach the president if he actually moves forward with this. We're going to talk about that when we come back.